Did you know that adults can also mommy and me, like young moms with their cute little girls? Well, you can do it in the adult sense, and that is what I'm going to show you today, so stay tuned. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina. This is Lifting Pins and Needles, a channel all about sewing, limitless sewing, no limits to your sewing. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you so much for your wonderful comments where I introduced you to my mum. We've been having a blast. I've been sewing up a storm. Don't you worry, I'll be showing them as I make them starting today. And yeah, I'm excited. I hope you are too. I'm super excited to show you one of the first garments I will be showing you in the next couple of weeks that I've been making my mum. And in this opportunity, I've made myself one too in the same fabric. So it'll be like an adult style mommy and me. You know, some young mums do the twinning thing with their young kids and you know, that sort of thing. Well, we've sort of been doing that with my mum for a long time. But when I was a teen, when I started sewing for her, any leftover fabric, I would also make myself a garment in the same fabric. So yeah, adults can twin. You know, she's in her 60s, I'm 40, and you can still pull it off and do it the adult way. Today, the pattern I've chosen to show you is the Cadence top and dress from Love Notions, and it's a Feature Friday pattern for today. And you know what that means? It means it's half off and it's only $5 today. I whipped these up yesterday in an evening, very easy to sew. And this pattern has a lot of options as usual with all of Love Notions patterns. This pattern features a shift style dress or top with no closures. It has side bust darts for fitting on the front, and then it's sort of more loose at the waist and hips. It's got many sleeve options, sleeveless, short sleeves, bishop sleeves, 3/4, you know, lots of options, bell sleeves. And for the dress, there's a top, which is sort of hip length, and then a knee length dress and a maxi. You can have a scoop neck or a notched neckline. The pattern comes with facings for the neckline and the sleeveless armholes. Just a very, very easy pattern to sew and to fit. It did take me no time at all to make 2 of them in an evening. Fabrics recommended are light to medium weight wovens like chambray, linen, rayon, poplin. In this case, I've chosen a rayon twill with stripes to make both of our Cadence tops and dress. The sizing for this pattern comes from extra small to triple extra large with a standard bust and a full bust option. And the bust measurements of 33 to 49.5, hips of 35.5 to 51.5, ease at the bust is 2 to 3.5 inches and the hips 4 to 8 inches. Now, the range of ease depends on the sizing. You know, there's not going to be the same amount of ease for an extra small compared to a triple extra large, so the ease varies there. For the bust options, the standard bust is chosen if the difference between your high and your full bust is 1 to 3 inches. So anywhere from an A to a C cup will be okay with the standard bust, and that is what I've chosen. If the difference between your high bust and your full bust is 4 inches and above, you're better off to start with the full bust option. That will give you a better fit and more room at the bust. Me and my mum, we sort of have very similar bust measurements, and what I've chosen to make is a size large for both of us. Now my mum's hips fall into the medium, but it's very easy to just try it on her and then taper in the amount that she needs. She usually likes a longer top, a bit longer, so lower than mid hip is what she prefers, and she also likes a bit more wearing ease than what I would prefer. So just different styles, you know, it's the way that she likes to dress. And in my case, the size large is okay for me as well, only that I've chosen the dress version. And at the hip area, I sort of sewed a smaller seam allowance on that area, giving me like half an inch more. I really needed that. This pattern is super mega easy to fit and to sew, but I still needed to make minor fit adjustments, and that is what you're going to see in Up Close and So Personal. What you're going to see for my mum, the only thing she needed was the short sleeve to be a bit longer. The short sleeve version was a little bit short for her. Very easy adjustment. And for me, I just needed to lengthen the dress as such and redirect the position of the bust dart. This is the short sleeve for the Cadence dress, and I just sort of placed it on my mum's shoulder there, and she would like it a bit longer. There isn't a short and a lengthened line for this sleeve because there actually is a long sleeve, like another pattern piece for that. But all I want to do is lengthen it by 2 inches. So I just drew a straight line under the tip of this arm side there. So from the tip there down is 3 centimeters or 1.25 inches. So I measured that on both sides and just created my own shorten and lengthen line. So you can see there's shaping here for the hem. So I don't want to lose that, and I wouldn't want to lengthen it from the bottom here. I just want to lengthen it in the middle. So I just lashed a line there where I chose my shorten and lengthen line. Filled the gap up with paper, added the 2 inches, and you can see there's arrow there from the grain line mark there and there. I just made sure to match that there so that the sleeve doesn't go all wonky. So that's my new sleeve piece, and easy way to lengthen it. This is the front and this is the back, and the fit modifications I've made for myself are at the waistline on the pattern. I've cut it there and added 1.25 inch there, that paper there on the front and the back. That is because I am taller than the drafted height for these patterns, and I can tell with the length in the bodice. So my waist is actually longer than the patterns one. Now the side bust dart, my apex point is only 1/2 inch lower than the one here on this dart. All I did here was from that point there, draw another point 1/2 inch lower, but I kept the same position here on the side. So I just redrew and redirected where the point goes. Not much change. I wouldn't like cut the whole thing and do such a big alteration for such a small distance of 1/2 inch. Here I have my mum's top to show you. So she wanted the sleeves. The sleeves are a little bit longer, 2 inches longer than the pattern length, was a little bit shorter, and she likes her arms a little bit more coverage. Very easy adjustment to make, and I showed you how to do that. Scoop neckline is very flattering. She also likes this style a lot, you know, with this sort of neckline. I didn't use the facings provided in the pattern. I used bias binding for the neckline. So you've seen me do that. I do that all the time. This pattern has a little bit of back shaping at the waist. That's why the stripes go a bit funny there in the center back. I love a top with a back seam. I always think it's a good thing, especially if there's waist shaping in there. And it was so easy to sew and to make. I did the hems by machine for both the sleeves and the bottom. Here is my mum gracefully modeling her Cadence top. It's exactly like she wanted. She's very happy with it. The feet at the side bust dart is perfect at the shoulders and the sleeve. It's got the ease she wants, the length she wants. And this is how she would wear a top like this with jeans and her sneakers. You can see the fit at the neckline is perfect. The shoulders, the sleeves fit really well without any modifications at all. And it's just a great top. Look, I had a little bit of work trying to match those side bust darts with the stripes. It's not always very possible, but I did the best I could. I think it's turned out super well, and she's very happy with this top. So that's my mum's top. She's very happy with it. This fabric, she says, feels so soft and so airy and floaty. And I mean, she could wear 10 of these tops, and that's what she likes to wear. You know, I could make more of these for her. This is my dress. So of course I've shown you the sleeveless version. That's what I've usually always shown you. I'm actually quite glad my mum wanted sleeves, so you can actually see the fit of the sleeve. I think Tammy from Love Notions drafts a beautiful sleeve all the time, the fit of the shoulders, everything. Anyhow, this is sleeveless. Now the pattern had a tank view, so it had a different armscye that you would cut out if you were doing the sleeveless version. I preferred to just leave the normal armscye that you would use if I was going to attach a sleeve. I think it gives me more coverage here on the side and on this area. I always prefer more coverage, you know, any day. So that is what I did with that. The same neckline as my mom's, everything the same, finished with bias binding. Now, I did need to redirect my basta, not my mom's, and you saw how easy that adjustment was. It was just 1/2 inch. All I needed to do with this basta was lower the point there by 1/2 inch. I didn't really mess around with the sides of the basta, so all I did was sort of redraw it to the position it had to be for my bust. I am sort of longer from the base of the neck underneath the armscye area. I'm quite long in that area in my body, and I usually need to drop bustas for that reason. So that is the only change. You saw I added 1 inch on this area for my height, and I also added 1 inch to the hem just to give a bit more length so it hits right above my knee. The hem is about 2 centimeters wide. It's just been serged, folded up and top stitched. Nothing special there. And yeah, it's a very nice dress. It's got a back seam with a little bit of shaping and just that classic, you know, like shift style that's like nice and loose and flowy and comfortable. Here you can see wearing mine. You can see the fit is nice and loose at the waist and the hips. It's A-line sort of thing, and it hits right above my knee. Very flowy, very comfortable. There is the side basta. You can see I'm pointing at where it's right at my height for my apex. And I'm really happy with the fit everywhere on the armscye, the neckline. Super happy with this dress. I also have a few pictures of mum and I together, and even my dad snuck in there for a few pictures with some unintentional matching. So have a look at those. This easy pattern to sew and fit is 50% off, only $5 for today, Friday. If you like a style like this, you can purchase the pattern through my link in the description box, and I make a small commission. Thank you so much for your support. If you like the content, please consider subscribing, sharing, tapping on that bell so you never miss a sewing tip when I upload a video. Also consider watching a few more videos of this channel. See you soon with more Mommy and Me soon. Bye.